I love spending quiet nights alone at home, but one night, my cozy evening turned into a nightmare I'll never forget. It started like any other night. I was on my couch, watching my favorite TV show. The house was quiet and I felt at ease. The only sound was the TV in the background. Around 10 p.m., I got a text from my friend Sarah, asking if I was coming to her party. I had forgotten about it and replied that I wasn't feeling well and decided to stay home. After sending the text, I went to the kitchen to grab a snack. While rummaging through the pantry, I heard a faint noise from upstairs. I paused and listened, but the house fell silent again. I shrugged it off, thinking it was just the house settling. Back in the living room, I continued watching TV. A few minutes later, I heard the noise again, louder this time. It sounded like footsteps. My heart started to race. I told myself it was just my imagination. Then a loud thump came from upstairs. I jumped up, my heart pounding. I muted the TV and listened. The house was silent again. I decided to investigate, hoping it was nothing. I slowly made my way upstairs, my footsteps barely making a sound. I checked each room. Everything seemed normal. No signs of anything unusual. I began to feel silly for getting so scared. Just as I was about to head back downstairs, I heard a door creak open. I froze. The sound came from the guest bedroom at the end of the hall. I knew I had closed that door earlier. With my heart in my throat, I slowly approached the guest bedroom. The door was slightly ajar. I pushed it open and the room was dark. I reached for the light switch and flipped it on. The room was empty. I let out a sigh of relief. But then I heard whispering, faint, eerie whispers coming from the closet. My hands trembled as I reached for the closet door. I took a deep breath and yanked it open. Nothing. The closet was empty. I stepped back, trying to calm myself. Maybe I was just tired and my mind was playing tricks on me. I decided to go back downstairs and try to relax. As I reached the top of the stairs, I heard a loud bang from the living room. It sounded like something heavy had fallen. My fear returned, stronger than before. I hurried downstairs, my heart racing. When I entered the living room, I saw the coffee table had been knocked over and the TV remote was on the floor. My mind raced. Had someone broken in? I grabbed my phone and was about to call the police when I heard faint crying. It sounded like a child. It was coming from the hallway. My blood ran cold. I walked down the hallway, following the crying. It led me to the basement door. The door was slightly open and the crying grew louder. My hands shook as I pushed the door open and peered into the darkness. I switched on the basement light and slowly descended the stairs. The crying was now a wail, echoing off the walls. As I reached the bottom, I saw a small, shadowy figure in the corner. My heart felt like it would explode. I took a few steps closer and the figure turned. It was a doll, an old, raggedy doll. The crying stopped abruptly, replaced by an eerie silence. I felt a cold breeze and turned around, only to find the basement door had closed on its own. Panic set in. I ran up the stairs and tried the door, but it was locked. I banged on it, screaming for help.
Help me!
Suddenly, the crying started again, this time right behind me. I spun around and the doll was now at the bottom of the stairs, staring up at me. I frantically tried to open the door, my fingers trembling. Finally, it gave way, and I burst out of the basement, slamming the door behind me. The crying stopped, and the house fell silent once more. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed on the couch, clutching my phone, ready to call for help at any moment. The house remained quiet, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. When morning finally came, I packed a bag and left the house. I stayed with a friend for a few days, too scared to go back. Eventually, I moved out and never returned. To this day, I don't know what happened that night. Was it a ghost? A figment of my imagination? I may never know. But one thing is certain, I'll never stay home alone at night again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling tales. Sleep tight, if you can.